Hey everybody, so let's have another quick conversation. Yesterday I put up a video about immigrants online, specifically Latinos, talking about how Black people should be helping them and we're not helping them. Of course, we started off with a very interesting video, but what was more interesting is that some of y'all, Black people and other folks came in my comment section talking about that first man is right. So we're going to play that first man again in a minute so you can see why I'm getting ready to bring all of these receipts. Now, I find it very ignorant for y'all to keep making statements like he's right. Now, this man said that Black people do not stick together, that we are lazy, that we can't trust one another. So why would they ever call and depend on us? Okay, so let me first and foremost clarify something for y'all. I get tired of that narrative, and then you have self-hating Black people in the comment section who are like, he is so right. Who told you that races of people stick together? Any race. See, I'm tired of all of the human things that are attributed to human beings. We take the negative aspects and we always want to put them onto the Black community. And then stupid Black people actually want to receive it and say that the shit is true. Let me tell you what I mean. Do all white people get along? Let me guess, white people are united. Oh, is that why all these white people are mad at Trump right now? They are making videos left and right about Trump. They're not all down with Elon and everybody is upset at him. Seems like a lot of white people are disagreeing and upset about Trump. But I thought that they always stick together, right? When we talk about Latinos, you do know that 60% of Latinos voted for Trump. But I thought y'all all stick together. But don't worry, baby, because I'm getting ready to show you receipts that y'all don't stick together either. So let's be clear. No race of people, everybody gets along. Everybody sticks together. That is not true of anybody because that is called human nature. All people will never like each other. Every race of people have people that don't agree. Nobody is a monolith. Everybody does not stand together. But we're going to focus on Latinos tonight, since some of you in the comment section seem to think that his comments were true. So I'm going to show you how untrue they actually are by just simply showing you Latino on Latino crime. Latinos who are racist against their own people and say the craziest shit to them and have problems with each other, right? Then we're going to also show you all of the Latinos who don't care about you being deported because they don't want you here either. So much for your argument of how much y'all stick together and Black people don't. And you will have to excuse me that I have on my pajamas, because I'm lazy as hell and I don't have no job. So I've been in my pajamas all day and I would have put my bonnet on, but my daughter took it and I don't know where it's at because we don't never stick together and we always stealing shit from each other. And I'll promise not to make this video too long because I got to go check my EBT card and make sure there's some food stamps on there. So with that said, let's go ahead and give Hector another spin to start this video off.
A lot of videos of Black people making fun of Mexicans for what's happening right now with Mexican people. I have also seen Black people make videos talking about Mexicans. Don't come to us for help because we're not helping. First of all, Mexicans are not alone. They have Honduran people. They have Salvadorian people. They have Guatemalan people. They have Nicaraguan people and a whole bunch of other countries that are willing to join forces with the Mexican people. Black people, what makes you think that Mexicans are going to come running to y'all for help? What for? Y'all Black people can't even help yourselves. That's wild. Mexican people are hardworking people. Mexican people stick together. They make it work. That's the total opposite of a Black person. You want to call me a racist? Go right ahead. I'm just keeping it real. Like I said, Mexican people are not alone. They have all of us. What makes you think that a Mexican will say, oh, okay, well, we have the Blacks. Let's go to them. Come on now. Y'all don't even trust each other. What makes you think that a Mexican will trust you if you don't even trust your brother? Get your popcorn ready and watch how Mexicans make this work.
No popcorn today, just tea while we watch this tea.
60% of Latinos voted for Trump in this election. And to think that my vote was going towards protecting my people. The fact that I was absolutely horrified at the thought of Trump becoming president because of the effects that it will have on our people. I voted for those Latinos that don't have a voice in this country. For the Latinos that are the backbone of this country and don't receive shit.
Whoa, Maria. I'm going to have to stop you right there. I am so sick of this narrative of you guys are the backbones of this country. Do they not realize that there is a group of people who actually built this country on their blood, sweat, tears, and slavery? You do know that your immigrant ass would not even be here if it wasn't for Black people who fought through civil rights so that all of the things we thought we fought for that were going to help us, they actually help you. You wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for us. So I'm going to need you to pipe down a little bit, Maria. Pipe it down, okay?
I voted for the Latinos that have been nothing but good people in this country, paying taxes and have no criminal records, only to find out that it's our own people turning against us. I am truly disgusted.
Y'all should really learn to stick together more.
Goes in when we standing on business. I'm a big stepper, underground methods, top-notch hoes.
Nothing more, nothing lesser. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, carry on. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What's going on, everybody? Trump Latinos. Guess what? They say we'll never leave Florida, but we here in Texas. Texas is right there. Mexico right there. Look at the wall. It's halfway built. What's going on, man? Let us know.
We need the wall. I live close by this area, and we need to live in a safe place. So please, we need Trump back in office. Vote for him. We need to finish this wall. We cannot afford to have more criminals coming into our area.
Since this wall got built, Donald Trump was trying to make America safe. Now the wall's halfway built since Biden got in. It's like they want the criminals to come in. Let's make America great, y'all. Trump.
I'm Ecuadorian, and this is why Latinos are going to vote for Trump. And woke Americans are going to say, oh, you're betraying your own people. I'm Ecuadorian, not illegal. So many Latinos that are going to vote for Trump immigrated to the United States legally, or their parents did, or their grandparents legally immigrated here. And do you know how hard and difficult the legal process is? You have to get an actual visa to live here, not just one of those tourist visas you can overstay on. You have to always be in status, and then you have to get a green card, which takes forever, and then a few years after that you get citizenship. Why the absolute fuck?
Shots fired, shots fired. Duck if your ass is Latino, okay?
Would I want some illegal alien who crossed the border illegally and skipped the entire line to get a visa, or someone who got a tourist visa and decided to overstay several years or decades to be giving just a free pass by a senile old man?
I know I'm not a young man. State the obvious.
Now, this part is really amazing, y'all, because they are all here protesting and acting like it is just so unconstitutional and against the Lord Jesus Christ, their Savior himself, for us to not want them here in America. But apparently, Mexico don't want y'all there either. Mexico is tired of y'all being in their place as well. They tired of the immigrants coming back across the border and the shelters they have to put up to take care of y'all. So I guess my question would be, when you gonna go to Mexico and protest? Because they feel the same way. But, you know, y'all stick together, but your own place don't even want y'all asses back. And they want to know when you gonna come over there and protest and wave the Mexican flag in Mexico.
So it is not just a problem in America. New polling shows that people in Mexico are fed up with a surge of illegal immigration. From Los Angeles, William Lajeunesse is looking at that today. And William, what did you find out south of the border?
Really?
Well, you know, Mexico is tired of being a doormat. No longer is it just a pass-through for Central Americans. They have weekly caravans in the south, massive migrant camps in Mexico City, and overrun shelters in the north. In multiple polls, Mexicans are saying no mas.
Yep, just what we're saying.
Problem in our neighborhood, the noise, the contamination, the garbage, the violence.
Hugo Sanchez is fed up with illegal immigration in Mexico.
Welcome to our world.
They defecate and urinate in public, says Leticia Melendez, who hopes President Trump will help Mexico close its southern border.
He may have some influence with our government, so together they can solve the problem. We can't continue like this.
Francisco calls the migrant influx an invasion.
Wow, an invasion? So what do we call it when Mexico keep letting them come over here? What should we call it?
We don't know these people, where they come from, if they have a criminal record. Most are unemployed because they don't do anything.
That's
70% of Mexicans call illegal immigration excessive, and 40% want to limit or stop it altogether.
No todos los migrantes somos malos.
But this Venezuelan
racist.
migrant says they're not all bad. He and many others are stranded waiting for asylum interviews in the U.S.
Knowing when in that it's really not good to enter any country illegally, but the app isn't working.
Mexico now buses many migrants back to Guatemala as President Sheinbaum sees a change in public opinion.
Just do your job.
The situation in their countries. No, many of these people is dangerous people. How the government have to do? They have to resolve this.
We're going to call this next segment Self-Hating Latinos.
Dear Latinos, being racist to other Latinos, indigenous, and black folks will not bring you any closer to the whiteness that you crave so much. And if this message bothers you, then it was probably meant for you.
I just heard this Mexican lady tell her son, you gotta lay off the pool, son, you're getting dark. And I'm here to tell you, all you little Mexican kids that are dark skinned like me, there's nothing wrong with being dark. Fuck those people that tell you anything about your skin color or being too dark or covering yourself up in the summertime or wearing a t-shirt at the pool. Like, fuck them.
So you guys are colorists too. You don't like your dark Mexican brothers or Latino brothers and sisters, which is why you don't like black people either. I don't know who y'all think y'all fooling. But carry on.
So my parents used to have a dulceria. For those of you that don't know, a dulceria is a Mexican candy store. So we used to sell centerpieces at the time. So a lady walks in to pick up her order and then she didn't like them. And honestly, they were perfectly fine. They were beautiful. She was just acting crazy. Anyways, as she was leaving, she looks at my mom and she goes, ¿Tienen papeles? She asked us if we had papers, like residence here. And it's just like, it's so fucking sad because our own people threatened to call the cops and ICE on us. Like, she was Hispanic, like her sister was Mexican. Like, how fucking sad is that? And just so you know, my mom, me, and her, the other coworker, had fucking papers. But it's so fucking pathetic. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, we come from the same, like, our own people did that shit to us. Like, Hispanics will literally hate on other Hispanics.
Girl, I know you lying because y'all stick together. She ain't telling the truth.
In the Latino community, depending on what region you are in North America, or what Latino country you are in, Mexicans experience discrimination from other Latinos.
Okay, let's talk about colorism in the Hispanic community for a little bit.
All my three sisters were blonde.
Yeah.
And I was the only one that came out with black hair, dark skin, dark eyes. My sisters have these beautiful hazel eyes. My mom's güera, which is the white one. They call her Tia Güera because she's so light-skinned.
Yeah.
And so I grew up as La Prieta Fea, which means the ugly dark one.
No way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Who called you that?
My mom.
No.
I remember she said that, right? Remember that. Keep that in your head. She's the ugly dark one. Her family called her the ugly dark one. Now keep listening.
Like a joke?
No, it's like, it's in term of endearment, but people would walk up to my mom and go, your daughters are so beautiful. And who's this?
Oh,
and I would be like, I'm one of them, blah, blah, blah. So I wasn't the pretty one. Like, I grew up as not the pretty one. So there was a conscious decision when I was young to be the funny one.
Mm.
And I really think that has lent itself to my personality. Like, not just like, oh, I'm going to be an actress, but like, I just don't value beauty in my own self very much. And you know, I'm with L'Oreal, I'm a spokesperson, which my sisters are still like, why'd they pick you? Still, like, nothing like family to.
Now, I'm not going to lie. Colorism in the black community is bad. But colorism in the Hispanic community is different. Now look at her sisters and her mom. Look at this shit. Ain't no fucking way, boy. Look now. They were the beautiful ones. And Eva was the ugly dark one.
We're going to call this next segment Latino on Latino Crime.
This family, they celebrated their daughter's quinceañera over there. I don't know if you guys heard it. And like they fucking went all out, like spent hella bread, like got a mariachi and everything, like in a mansion house. And then like the same day they kidnapped the daughter, and like they said, you got to give us $1 million or like she's done for. And they said, like, oh, we can only afford like half of it. So they're like, all right, that's fine. They sent the half of the money. They sent her the half of the body back.
Dude, that's why it's like the Wild Wild West, bro.
So something like that, they're probably tapped in.
That's just crazy, bro.
Like, bro.
That's no, but they say like if you dress even like nice, like they'll know like that you got bread.
Like the gang leaders from one of those Salvadorian gangs, he contacts my dad. My dad's here in America. We're over there in El Salvador. He contacts my dad, and he's just like, I'm here at the park. Your wife and your children are here at the park. You know how easy it would be for me to kill them? And my dad's just like, what are you talking about? And he tells him, hey, I'm a gang member from this sort of, I'm a gang member. I'm not sure what set or whatever, but he's a gang member. And he's telling my dad, hey, I could kill your children right now. I need you to send me some money. And my dad's just like, I'm not sending you no money, you know, because he thought he was bluffing. And then the gang member is just like, call your wife. Your wife is wearing a purple dress. Your daughter's wearing a red dress. And call them. Because my dad thought they were bluffing when they were asking for money for our lives. And my dad calls my mom without trying to alarm her. He's like, hey, how you doing? You know, what's going on? What are you guys up to? My mom is just like, oh, I'm just taking the kids out to the park. And my dad's just like, what are you wearing? My mom is just like, oh, I'm wearing a purple dress. And, you know, and my dad hangs up and calls the gang leader back. And he's just like, how much do you need? You know, my dad was going to make it happen, even if he didn't have the money. You know, he was going to do whatever in his power to make sure that his children, they get to live.
Escobar, an alleged MS-13 associate known as La Diablita or Little Devil, was stoic as the verdict was read. Prosecutors say Escobar lured 5 young men into these woods where MS-13 gang members were waiting for them with clubs and machetes. 4 young men were mutilated and murdered. Justin Livacora, Jorge Tigra, Michael Lopez, and Jefferson Villalobos.
You know, I find it really amazing. The guy at the beginning of this video was talking so tough and so strong and all of this stuff like they're just the best people in the world and everybody else, especially black folks, are beneath them. But I want you to pay attention that when we talk about their crimes, have you noticed that a lot of these crimes involve children? It's amazing to me that they talk like they're just the moral of all people, but where's your morale when y'all seem to not care and they are so quick to do harm to women and children, especially children? You find that these are in all of these cases, but that doesn't matter because they stick together, bro. They ain't lazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? They good, bro. So, I mean, I guess none of that is supposed to matter.
This Mexican TikToker was killed by the cartel. This is the story of 22-year-old Justin Paul, a rising social media star in Mexico who went by the name of El Pinky. With over 97,000 subscribers on YouTube and 200,000 followers on TikTok, El Pinky's energetic dance videos and collaborations with other influencers made him a household name in the world of Mexican content creators. On the surface, El Pinky was living the dream. His TikTok videos racked up millions of views and his fan base was exploding. He even collaborated with popular content creators like El Gordo Perucci, another influencer known for his comedy skits and YouTube channel with over 173,000 subscribers. But what many fans didn't know was that El Pinky's fame may have brought him dangerously close to the wrong kind of attention. See, El Gordo Perucci was tragically killed on December 9th, 2024. El Gordo Perucci and his wife were gunned down outside their home in Culiacan, Mexico. But guys, this wasn't just a random act of violence. It was a cartel hit. Investigators later revealed that El Gordo and his wife had ties to a powerful faction of the Sinaloa cartel, La Maíza, and were suspected of laundering money for the group. And this is where things take a dark turn, because El Pinky, he had the same connections. On January 9th, 2025, El Pinky uploaded a TikTok video, a routine pose for the energetic dancer. But no one knew at the time this video would be his last.
Now let's end this segment with a story I'm sure that you are all very familiar with about how Latinos killed a 15-year-old Latino boy named Junior for nothing. For nothing. They killed him in a very heinous way. He went into a store and there was an immigrant man who I believe was a Latino as well. He tried to jump behind the counter and they didn't stick together. He didn't help the boy. He actually threw him right to the wolves, and the gang members got him, and then they went outside and they ended that boy's life. But if you haven't heard the story of poor Junior, the Latino on Latino crime, let me play it for you.
This is a key piece of evidence presented in court today. This cell phone video showing the last moments of Junior Guzman Feliz's life as he was beaten and fatally stabbed was entered into evidence without any of the sound that was recorded at the time. Still, it sparked reactions like this. Women consoling one another after seeing videos shown in court, including this surveillance footage of Junior limping to St. Barnabas Hospital, a block from where he'd been attacked. He collapses outside of the emergency room, and the audience in court was moved to tears.
I'm a mom of a 9-year-old, so it's too much.
Another woman had to leave the courtroom hyperventilating and weeping. Junior's mother, Leandra Feliz, left the courtroom during the lunch break, clearly affected. She spoke after court about the intense emotions.
So frustrating. I haven't digested no yet. I'm still feel some kind of out of mind, but thank you for being here.
The most impactful video showed the attack last June 20th, but that video from NYPD surveillance cameras in the area is not yet publicly released. But in the courtroom, that video showing the attack was used to try and prove that 5 of at least 14 admitted gang members present that fateful day intended to kill Junior.
Now, don't ever come for me and mine. And for the black people who were in the comment section, you're actually a part of the problem. See, while they're out here crying, saying that there are no black people sticking with them, there's always a few ignorant Negroes in the crowd, or the comment section for that matter.
Van a respetar el águila mexicana y van a mirar esta bandera hacia arriba y hundidos en su sangre.
The reality is, in every group of people, every race of people, there is the low and there is the morale of them. There are the good, there are the bad, there are the lazy, there are the hard workers. You get what I'm saying? And when it comes to black people, everybody always wants to define us by the lowest of us, as though nothing else exists when it comes to black people. What I find really amazing is that when we talk about all of these other groups and races of people, they always want to define themselves by the best of them, acting like the worst of them do not exist. So I'm going to end this video in saying, shout out to my hardworking black people who work long hours, who take public transportation to get there, who are raising children, trying to better their household and their family, who are working towards a better future. Shout out to the black people who are working several jobs to make ends meet and don't know whether you coming or going because you can't get enough sleep. Shout out to all of the black people who are amazing parents and who are doing everything they do every day to try and make sure that their children have the lives they're supposed to have. Shout out to all the black people who are going to college to get an education and working a job at the same time, but still staying up late to study for your degrees because you have to pay that bill, because unlike the dreamer babies, them DACA kids, you don't get to go to school for free. Shout out to all of my black people that are out here that are the epitome of greatness, the black people that are out here starting businesses, the black people that are out here that are leaders, the black people that are out here creating solutions for our people, all of the black people that actually do stick together and do work together. See, because they never talk about those groups of us as though that does not exist when you speak about black people. That only exists for everybody else. Miss me with that bullshit. And stay out of my comments with that bullshit. And with that said, we're going to end this video with Selena crying ass again, but we're going to make the video right this time. We're going to make sure that we show you exactly the type of people that she's crying for. With that said, y'all have a good night, and I'll see you on the next live or the next video.
I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything, I promise.